Well, good morning everybody, and welcome back to my channel and a new video. Today I'm at the corner of the road that goes behind Shilling Hill and our Dross Road. This is Bridgend School, Bridgend Primary School in the distance there, and so this road will serve Shilling Hill and Cutler Quarry, this one. But today we're going to go up this way, we're going to go up our Dross Road and along the back road of all this, heading towards Scotsburn, but we're not going to Scotsburn, we're going to go down onto Mossfield and down that way, so let's go. I hope you're okay today, you're all okay, and if not, I hope you feel better soon. And it's quite nippy here today. It's quite bright. It's quite wet underfoot, and it's nippy. It's nippy today, but at least the sun is out and there's some sort of blue sky. So hopefully it'll stay like this all day. So I don't know, what have you got going on today? Let me know in the comments, and if you're new to my channel, I'm Jackie from Jackie's Toddles. Please subscribe and like this video if you like it, and because it helps with my visibility and face on YouTube. I also post this video once it's uploaded onto YouTube, onto Facebook, my own Facebook page, and almost 3 years, and now almost past and present again. So I'm getting the video out there. So we're going up. You'll see shortly. Probably see in the distance there. This is the Dross Bowling Club. It's quite an old bowling club. It's an 18-hole. And I think it was donated by the Mr. Perrins, who used to stay in our Dross church, our Dross Castle, sorry. But again, don't quote me on that. You'll find all the information on either All Through the Years or the Allness Heritage Centre. I must apologise for my last video about the quality of the recording, because I noticed that my hand was over the screen quite a few times. But again, that's because I didn't have my stand that I usually hold. Down this road is the home of Waggy Walks, East Ross dog walking services. So if you're ever needing your dog walked, just go and see them. So shortly there'll be no pavement for me to walk on, so I need to be extremely careful on traffic. If it was quite a dark day, dark drift day, I would have worn my high vis jacket, but it's quite bright and I'm quite visible, so I should be okay. I've had a lot of positive comments about my last video. Majority of the people that agree with me about the non-picking up of poo, dog poo. And again, I said in the video that I wasn't tarring every dog walker with the same brush. It's just certain people, certain ones. You know, majority of the people with illness are quite competent of picking up their dog poo, but it's just others aren't, and they give all the good ones a bad name, you know. When I was saying about the dog poo in the grass, as I was reminded by someone else, the pavements are just full of it, you know. Or you get people picking it up within the bag, and then they can't be bothered carrying it, so they hang it in a tree. Now, what is the sense in that? I really can't understand their logic in that. And there's a car coming. I'm actually walking on oncoming traffic. So I know what's coming. I can see them coming towards me, so I can get out of the way quicker. So I haven't done this walk for a while. I don't think I even videoed it. Because I went up the other the top way rather than this way. So I haven't done this one. This Scotsburn to Tane Road on video. I used to walk it quite regularly. You know, there's a group of ladies that walk a Monday and a Friday from our church. And I've been once or twice with them, and this is the route they always take. Sometimes they go other places, but the majority of the time they go this way. I know I've cycled around here before, not recently. So there's another car coming. So it's just well, it is quite a good verge to stand off the road. This can be a busy road at times. There's another one coming. So the speed that he was going at was, I'm sure it was too fast going down this road. Some of these corners you can't see around them. Okay, so this is apparently there's 6 miles to Scotsburn and 12 miles to Tane, which is a good run. quite a scenic route, but the corners can be treacherous. A lot of potholes in this road, obviously because there's a lot of farms about, farm machinery going about. Lots of nice houses up here, new houses. Not really sure, I think I did come down onto this road. Because there's Nonnykill Farm, way up there. I remember coming down past that house there, and past the other farm, and coming out and then going towards Alness that way. I didn't fully walk this road with you all. I used to, many years ago, well, must have been when I was about 10 or 11, I used to deliver papers up here. I'm sure I've mentioned it before. It's a wee house up here, and she always gave me a tip because it was so out the way. So it was a nice memory. It's nice and quiet up here. It's nice to take in the noises of the day. I mean, all the wee birdies are scurrying about, collecting stuff for their nests for the spring. You hear all the geese returning. You know, a lot of people, well, I've said this before, a lot of people go out walking with earphones on and music blaring in the ears, but you know, having the silence, solitude, and just hear the countryside, you know, it's, you know, we're so lucky to have all this countryside available to us. You know, we're not stuck in a city with fumes and, you know, car horns and things like that. And I'd hate to stay like in the middle of a big city like London or New York. And, you know, yes, it would be okay at the start, and you probably get used to it, but you know, having to be out and about the country, you just can't beat it if you've been brought up in the country, you know. Now I've been to New York several times, and they have this wonderful park, Central Park, and once you're in the middle of it, you wouldn't think you're in the middle of a city. And you know, I could tolerate being in New York if I got the use of the Central Park, you know, because it's absolutely brilliant, and I could quite happily stay in a tent in the park, you know. That would suit me fine. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. So much to see and do. We never went into a restaurant or a cafe for breakfast. We always went to a deli, got some like yogurt and orange juice and fruit, and just went to Central Park and had our breakfast there. It was lovely. Just do some people watching, people riding their bikes, walking their dogs. You know, you can find a baseball. There's a few baseball pitches there, and there's a wee stream, a wee waterfall. So yeah, it was so nice. So I hope to get to go another time again. We're planning a big, well, we've actually booked our big holiday for next year. Going to Disney World. Again, we've been there a few times ourselves. This will be our first time with my daughter, so it's going to be challenging, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully she'll enjoy it. A lot of challenges lie ahead because of her autism and her lack of understanding and her lack of language, and you know, so yeah, lots to think about, but looking forward to it. So this is the wee house I used to deliver our papers to. So again, it's just a nice happy memory of being up here. It's a dog walker in the field. So this is actually Capla Quarry. Over there in the distance you can just see the sheds there, so that's Capla Quarry we're walking behind. My screen seems quite dark, but I think it might be just my phone, so the video should be okay. That's where we've just come from, over there. I don't think I'll be able to sort it, so I'll just leave it. Just leave the brightness alone. So that doesn't take very long to walk up here. Depends on how fast you walk, how many times you need to stop. But it doesn't take that long to do. So not very sure what I'm going to be doing later on today. I've got some Easter cards to make for my congregation. I always make them something every year, so last year I made like I decorated wood slices for them and have like quotes all about Easter and the resurrection and things, so they appreciate the time. So there's a nice shot up the back. There's a few, I mentioned it before, there's a few cairns up there from the Picts, and I think it was the Picts. There's a lot of potholes that have been filled. They're quite deep, so you need to really watch if you're travelling up here by car. So it could seriously damage your tyres. Sometimes this road is busy, sometimes it isn't, depends. And there's a lot of houses up here. Some new, really new houses, just built houses. So the traffic is getting more and more frequent. There's another car coming. There's nothing behind me. There's another one coming. So I jinxed it there, so it was quite quiet for a while. So I had to say it wasn't busy, and then there's two cars passing the last minute. There we go. Yeah, this is the road I came down the last time I went up the back. Yeah, so this is the way up to Milnafua farm. There's the sign there. So it's quite, if you remember, there's stunning views way up there, but we're not going up there today. We're just going way up here. Morning. It's nice and still up here. I've often walked my dog up here when she was a puppy, when she was a lot younger, but it's too far for her now. She's lost all muscle in her back legs, and due to her having a back operation a couple of years ago. So I just stopped. There's a couple of birds circling above there, so they could be birds of prey, but you know, I'm not a birdie person, so I wouldn't know. There's a lovely house up top of the hill there. You'll be able to see over this ridge here, so they will get a good view of the Black Island, I imagine. So that's how far we've just come. So it's not bad. I love coming up to sort of roads like this, and especially in the sort of like, remember Easter time, like lambing or calving time. You know, you hear all the wee calves and the wee lambs and they're bawling for their mothers. Having been brought up in a farm, you know, brings memories back of feeding the orphan lambs with a bottle, and even orphan calves. You know, I always remember there was a calf, and it had a hair lip, so part of its nose was inside its mouth. There was a big hole, and he didn't really survive very long, but it was nice feeding him. He was a nice little chap. And it was so sad, but again, you couldn't really grow attached to them, you know. But you seen all their wee characters, their own wee characters coming out, you know. It was nice. It was sort of like simpler days where, you know, you help Dad with taking the cows in at night, or, you know, help feeding them in the winter, and, you know, no matter what day it was, all the cows need to be fed. It was a hard life. I mean, farming is hard, so the prices are going up, and, you know, they'll get less and less to sell their animals at auction. You know, it's hard going, but can be very rewarding at the same time, you know. So very fond memories of helping Dad with the cattle. At that point we had sheep as well, but the people, well, Pat Monroe owned the farm, and so they got rid of the sheep and just kept the cattle. You know, but animals are such intelligent creatures. You know, they can be stubborn as anything, just like us. Very intelligent. They always knew what time it was feeding time. They always knew what time it was to go back into the shed. You know, but boy, they could be stubborn. Stubborn animals. Cows. You know, they can be not fierce, but you know, if you get the wrong side of them, they'll cook you. They'll give you a sore one. But still, they're still nice animals. But I can understand why people are vegetarian. You know, I mean, yes, I'm a meat eater, but very seldom I eat red meat. Very, very seldom. I just don't like the taste of it. I find if it's like mince, I can add other flavours to it, but a steak, no, not a chance. No, I don't like steaks. I'll stick to my chicken. My lean meats, my chicken and my turkey. Keep to them. And my ham. Not very much bacon because my stomach can't take very much bacon. But nice piece of cooked ham. Or roast chicken or roast turkey. Yeah, that's me. Not really a fishy person. Prawns. Got to be the baby prawns. Nice salad with baby prawns. Herring, cod, mackerel. Love smoked mackerel. Absolutely, oh man. Nice piece of salmon, nice baked salmon, but not smoked salmon. Again, I don't like the texture of it. I don't like the, nah, not my thing. But I was brought up in simpler meals, very clean meals, sort of like mince and tatties, stew and tatties. We had a salad, we had a fry up once a week, or we had a please yourself a week, we had a chippy day, you know. None of this sort of like curries or anything like that, but excuse me. No, we weren't that family, but there's a car going extremely fast going down there. Didn't even hear him. There's another car coming. He's got a bit of a simpler or a better speed, but that van, oh my word, just really heard him. He came out of nowhere. Just came out of nowhere. And that's the danger of walking on these country roads, you know. You've got to really pay attention to your surroundings. That's why I don't like wearing headphones when I'm out walking, because I can't, obviously you won't be able to hear the traffic behind you. You know, on the single track roads, but yeah, he just came out of nowhere. So it's not very far now, and then we'll be turning the corner down into Mossfield, so not very far, but I mean, this is a progress. So it's a really good, really nice walk. And here in the, if you can see them, the geese up there. Nice to see them, nice to hear them. They're flying about in their triangles, or their arrows, should I say, the arrow shape. Which is quite amazing, you know, how they manage to know how to do that, you know. Here's another car coming behind me. Used to be able to buy eggs up here at some point, but I don't know where it is now. I think it was years and years ago, so they might have stopped it. Lovely, beautiful houses. You know, having views like this, you know, on a nice summer day, or, you know, even it'll be look lovely in the winter with all the snow and the trees and the fields and everything. I think it was round about this house that had it at one point. There's another car coming. There's two cars, one's a learner. Usually cars or drivers are courteous. You know, they give you a wave for letting them pass, but other people, no, don't give a toss. Really don't give a toss. I see, well, this is called the poultry cross, so it must have been at one point you were able to get some eggs from here, but I think that was a long time ago. Don't think do it now. I used to go to school with a lassie that used to stay there at primary school. Then the family moved away. So when I come up to a junction, so straight ahead is Auchnagarden, should I say. These geese really don't know where they're going. They're going round in circles here. So, and then if you turn left is the way up to Tain and Scotsburn. I don't know how long it would take you to walk there, but you know, you have to be a really good strong walker to walk all that way, you know. I'm hearing a car coming down this junction, so I'm going to go into the side. Okay, so they're going that way, so I can get back on the road again. So yes, so this is the road that'll take you to Tain and Scotsburn. So we've walked a mile and a quarter, or 3/4. Our Dross is 4. Auchnagarden is just a mile ahead. and then Gordon's 2.5 miles going by the A9. I heard my watch buzzing away there, so I must have done 10,000 miles today already. So that's took me up to here. That's 40 minutes on a Saturday. Now, I wouldn't say I was a quick walker. I've got wee legs, I've got a small stride length, you know, but that's just enough for me. I don't push myself or anything. I think this was at one time the entrance to the old quarry there. At one time, I think that's the place. I don't think there's another entrance. I think that's it. Oh, that sky's looking black. Look at it. Oh. Hopefully I can get home before it starts raining. I need to actually get some shopping in before I need to go home. So hopefully it won't take me that long. Hope the weather's nice where you are, wherever you are. We've been quite lucky, but we've had a few storms, as you know. But hopefully it's going to be coming into spring. It's actually March next week, next Wednesday. It's the 1st of March, so the year is fairly going in now. So yeah, so next Tuesday and Wednesday, the 28th and the 1st of March is strike days, unfortunately. So I hope they come to an agreement soon, because, you know, our kids missing so much school. I get that they need to be paid properly, whatever, blah blah blah, but, you know, mainstream kids, they probably don't bother. You know, they can catch up quite quick. But look at that, that's quite nice. But our special needs kids, you know, one day of disruption can be quite hard to handle. Put them all wrong with their routine and things, and, you know, and it's not easy for. There's another car going the hammers down this road. Don't even know what the speed limit down this road is. So yeah, they're having to deal with them, deal with all the meltdowns, refusal of going to school the next day because they're out of routine. They don't understand why they're off school. You know, there's my girl. I mean, she doesn't understand holidays. She just, you know, she stays at home for a while. She doesn't understand that this is school holidays and school is closed, and, you know, but trying to get back to school after the summer holidays is just, you know, it's just murder. You know, and I know a lot of families are the same, trying to get back into that routine again, trying to get them a bedtime routine, a morning routine, and, you know, it's extremely stressful, you know, to deal with. I mean, my girl, she's got the start of puberty. You know, she's got the mood swings have arrived, and, you know, So having to deal with that, and then having to deal with going back to school, you know, they have no idea what's happening to them. It can be very devastating, you know, very disruptive. And it's not their fault, you know. It's not their fault, it's the way they are. We just have to embrace the way they are, you know, that we have to understand, we have to sort of try and think the way they think, you know, to try and help them. So there's no point myself and my husband sort of shouting at her. It doesn't work, you know. We have to sort of like be calm and try and sensitive, and you know, try and get down to her level and try and get in her head very subtly, you know. In some ways we can sort of like do bribery to her favourite things, like it could be a favourite song that she has on YouTube, or you know, a favourite activity like gymnastics or swimming. You know, that usually gets her going, but on other days it's more difficult than others, you know. It's very hard. So this is going down, heading towards Achnagarin. So this is the way we came up a couple of videos ago, and this is where I turned down to. So we're turning down again. This is heading to Mossfield, and you know, I mentioned the stunning views you get from up here. House called Aaron. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this one, the Urhus. It's a brilliant name for a house. Urhus. This is fantastic. Yeah, I was easily amused. And that's the kind of way we spoke as we were kids, you know, in our house, you know, our house, or instead of going through the house, you know, sort of through the house, or bend the house. Snowdrops there. You can see the buds and the daffodils are really coming on now. Oh, there's a car coming up here. Moss Bank. I knew a lady who stays, or used to stay there. She's a poor soul now. She moved down where, unfortunately, she lost her husband, and she made the decision to move down into the high street of Illness. There's another car coming down. Oopsie. I have a friend that stays in that one. Very nice friend. Yeah, so I'm quite sort of like jealous about the views they get from here. Here's another coming careering down here. There we go. Oh. I don't know if they're in. So I think I mentioned that before, the house that I just showed you was the old, used to be the Free Church manse when the Free Church minister Kenny MacDonald was here. He was a lovely minister. He was just, you wouldn't think, I mean nowadays, you know, all the ministers dress like civilians, but back in my day, when I went to Sunday school, you know, if you see the minister out, he's always had his dog collar on. You know, you always knew he was a minister, but, you know, these ministers coming through the system or whatever, you know, coming up here, they're just dressed in normal civilian clothes. You know, unless you knew that they were the minister, you wouldn't think, you wouldn't know. You know, and I think that's, you shouldn't sort of like separate yourself from everybody else, you know, just because your profession as a minister, you know. But again, this is a wee place, so I think everybody would know who the ministers were. There's another car coming in. Oh, they actually went into one of the houses up there. We've got sheep, some sheeps in that field. Some black faces. Black-faced sheep. Oh, we've got some more sheep down here as well. I mean, look at that. Stunning view. It's just wonderful. I showed you all these new houses the last time I came down here. An update in the high street. There's a few changes going to be made. We have a tanning salon down the bottom of the high street. It's moving up near the station hotel to where Coanda Interiors is now, until the end of the month. So this is the view. That's Milnafua down there. And that's where we've just been up there, just along the back road there. Yes, and as far as I know, the Highland Hospice is moving, which is directly across the road from the tanning salon. It's moving up to the middle of the high street as well, apparently. That's where we just came down. What else? Where Grindwood Cafe was, there is a new cafe now with a very limited menu. In the Scotsburn Christian Centre. A nice couple, and they're in charge of the whole running of the Scotsburn Centre, regarding bookings and things. So the limited menu they have at the moment is just soup and crusty bread, a few sandwiches. They have tea and coffee. It's cash only at the moment. Kids menu is 5 items. Like there's crisps, there's biscuits, there's wee cakes, there's fruit, and sandwiches. So you can get any of 5 for I think it's about £1.20. I think I was charged. It was not bad. It was quite nice. It'll take a long time for them to establish them themselves. Try and get the coffee up and running again. It's a wee bit more emotional being in the building again. I haven't been in the building since since the ground was closed, so it was a wee bit of emotion there. So my feelings has nothing to do with the new owners, so I need to remember that. But if you're about, I'll recommend them to you. Going for a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and I think they have scones. I don't think they have any other cakes as yet. I don't know if they've got a supplier planned or if they're going to be baking themselves. There's another car coming, so I'm going to have to go into the side again. Yep, there's another car coming. So yeah, I'm not really sure when it's open. I think they're only doing 3 days a week at the moment, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I think. It's closed this morning when I passed anyway. So yeah, I think they're only doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, sorry. 10 till 4. I wish them all the best, It'll take them a wee while to find their feet and things. So I need to really leave my feelings out of it and support them, because they are on their high street. They are. It's good for the high street. It'll probably bring visitors in. We don't have an awful lot of cafes here in Milnafua. We have Bacanti and Morrison's. That's only 2 cafes that we have. Since lockdown, Harry Gow's has closed their wee cafe bit, and they haven't reopened it. So there wasn't an awful lot of options for having lunch or grabbing a coffee with somebody. So in a way, I am glad it's open again and serving the community. So I do wish them well with it. So this is part of White Hills. This was the only houses around about here for a long time, and then all these popped up, and it didn't take them long to build them. It really didn't. They're very quick, and they're all built by Putman Homes. So they're quite good for building their homes to a good standard, as far as I'm aware. It wasn't them that built my house, but there's a few houses for sale down here already. So if you like this area and you're looking for a house, maybe you can just have a look at this ones. So there's there's 3 for sale. There's 2 down here, and I think there's 1 up the top here. So this is Upsdale School. Also primary school and nursery. So this is the new nursery buildings that have in all 3 of our primary schools. I mentioned all about this before. About the situation they have for the nurseries for lunches and things, so I'm not going to mention it again. So if you want to hear all about it, just look through my previous videos. I think it's on the not my last one, maybe about 3 videos ago I think I mentioned it, but only if you're interested. So that's where we've just been. So yeah, you can see up ahead there's another blue sign there. That's a Yopa sign. That's another house for sale. So we went this way last time, so we'll go this way. So this is another fairly new housing scheme. Schemes have been out for a wee while. So you've got East Newfield Park and West Newfield. Because it's this is what the fields used to be called. That's just the Newfield area. New fields. Up ahead is obviously a park. I'm going to actually cross the road. So that walk didn't take us long, just about an hour. So it's good going. So that's the junction to, we're going around the road to Milnafua. So this is heading down and back into Alness again. So we're just going to cross the road. And we'll go down this way. So that new houses that we just passed are called White Hills View, 2, 3 and 4 bedroom houses, and they're by Pat Monroe Homes. So hopefully they're looking for new families to come into the town. But again, they really need to look at the primary schools to update them and to grow their capacity a bit to accommodate all these new families with young kiddies into the town. Get some messages at my phone, so I'll see them later. So last time I tried to answer a message while recording, I lost all the... I had to stop recording, or to finish the recording for me. So there's no rush to answer them. So we're going to actually cross the road and go down this way, because I need to head down to Morrison's, but I'm not going to take you all the way down there. I'll stop the video somewhere before I head home for the day. That'll be me in, because the wind is quite cold, you know, and the sky looks quite dark. So I don't think I'll be venturing out again. I've already took the dog for a walk, so she's done. She can't go very far now. Now and again, maybe once a week, I'll take her out for a good walk. But you know, she's old now. She'll be 13 in August. She doesn't have a strength in her legs anymore. You know, she's a poor soul. But she's a hardy wee thing, you know. So there's another house for sale. Yopa again. So I don't know how good a company they are for selling houses. So this is down onto Old Milnafua Road. And Old Milnafua Road continues down that way. So as I said before, I used to stay over there before that big white house was there. Used to be a nice farmhouse, and that's where the farm was. That's where, you know, behind the buildings there used to be like sheds for the cattle, and the cattle used to stay in the field and whatever. But that's owned by Brian and Pauline, who are Alistair Monroe's sons, and previous original Pat Monroe, that's his grandfather. So and it was the actual grandfather's house we stayed in You know, it was a tied house to the farm, to the job. So a lot of very happy memories there. So yeah, I miss it because we did have a wee bit of a view. So I really do miss the view we had, especially the view up the back where we just came from. You know, that was always nice to look at. If you're coming down here by car, there's no through road, there's no road, there's no way you can get down onto the bottom road down here, because there's a dead end. There's a no through road, should I say. You'll see all this markings on the pavement. This is new Highland broadband. Cables getting laid absolutely everywhere in Allness. So they're making a fine mess of things. We're actually going to turn right into Mossfield Gardens because there's a wee shortcut I want to take. And you've been through here before, I'd imagine, I think. So this shortcut will take me onto Linley Bank, and that's where I'll stop the video for you. Because when I go home and I'll start uploading this onto YouTube, it'll take a long time because it's quite a long video. So it'll take me about 3 or 4 hours to download onto YouTube before I can share it onto Facebook. So you'll see this video later on. I think some people had some damage to their fences out and about. So I think some of them are trying to get their fences back up and running again after the storm. Oops. So this is us going on to Linley Bank now from Mossfield Gardens. So any new members or whatever, any new people to the channel, I used to stay up here. Used to be an old croft house, and this was all our fields all along here. Part of the fields were owned by Pat Monroe, sort of like maybe from here onwards was from Pat Monroe. Again, a lot of happy memories up here. The views were just spectacular. What we'll do is we'll end the video just down here, just at the view. And yeah, and I used to, that's Salvation Crescent down there, and my mum used to stand just outside the front door and shout out to me to say that it's dinner time or lunchtime, and I would hear her. So, because Mum's got quite a loud voice, quite a distinct voice. But so yeah, so what I'll do is I'll point this way and I'll turn the camera around the view at my back. So so thanks again, guys, for joining me on my walk. It was nice to take you with me. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like this video if you like it. Comment on the video to tell me where you are, where you're watching from. If you want to see anything else that I haven't covered, or you know, if you want to sort of see something again that I've covered before, just comment down below. And so yeah, so thanks guys, and until next time, ta-ta.